For countless centuries, humanity has tilted its head back, gazing into the endless black sea of the night sky, searching for meaning among the stars. We stood beneath the heavens in silence, our hearts filled with wonder, our minds overflowing with questions older than language itself. We saw patterns where there was emptiness, our eyes connecting points of light into stories, into dreams. We traced constellations across the velvet dark, hunters drawing their bows, lions frozen in eternal roar, serpents coiled around forgotten gods. With each pattern we told stories, of heroes, monsters, triumphs, and losses, a reflection of ourselves painted upon the canvas of eternity. We charted the wandering lights of the planets, their slow dance through the constellations defying the stillness of the stars. To the ancients, they were divine, the wanderers, roaming across the firmament, carrying secrets of fate and destiny. Night after night, generation after generation, we turned the heavens into a map of belief and imagination. The stars became our teachers and our storytellers. They guided travelers across deserts and oceans, and inspired poets to dream beyond the world they knew. They became our map, and our mirror. In their light, we saw both our smallness and our potential greatness. Yet behind every myth, behind every etched line on parchment or carved stone tablet, behind every whispered prayer to the gods above, a deeper question echoed, quietly but persistently. Are we truly alone in this infinite expanse? That question haunted us, guided us, defined us. It pushed us to build fires, telescopes, and finally, machines that could leave Earth itself. Each invention widened our window into the cosmos. Each discovery stripped away another veil from the unknown. The telescope gave us our first revelations. Through it, we saw the moons of Jupiter, tiny worlds circling a giant, proof that Earth was not the only stage for creation. The radio dish followed, its vast ear turned toward the heavens, catching whispers from galaxies far beyond our Milky Way. We discovered galaxies colliding like titans, stars collapsing into darkness, and black holes devouring entire suns. With every glimpse, our understanding deepened. The universe grew larger, older, stranger, and infinitely more humbling. But the more we learned, the more we realized how little we knew. The cosmos was not a quiet void, it was alive with motion, chaos, and beauty beyond measure. And then, humanity built its greatest eye into the unknown. The James Webb Space Telescope, a masterpiece of modern engineering, the crown jewel of astronomy. Webb is not merely a telescope. It is a time machine, a cosmic historian, a dream made real. It hovers 1,000,000 miles from Earth, poised at a delicate point of balance between gravity and sunlight. Out there, in the cold stillness of space, Webb watches the universe with unblinking precision. Free from the blur of our atmosphere, it listens to the faintest echoes of creation itself. Its mirrors, vast, gold, and impossibly delicate, unfold like petals of a flower, opening to the stars. They capture ancient light that began its journey billions of years ago, long before the Earth cooled, long before eyes ever looked up to see it. That light has crossed galaxies, past dying stars, threaded through the darkness between worlds, and at last, arrived at Webb's golden gaze. And Webb does not simply see it, it reads it. Each photon becomes a clue. Each color, a signature. Each spectrum, a message from across time. Webb spreads that light into 1,000 wavelengths, decoding the hidden chemistry of stars and planets. Every beam of starlight becomes a storyteller, whispering secrets of creation, destruction, and rebirth. Every faint shimmer carries the fingerprints of galaxies, the birth cries of stars, the sighs of dying suns, and perhaps, the quiet rhythm of life. At first, astronomers believed Webb would simply refine what we already knew. They thought it would give us clearer pictures of distant galaxies, sharper measurements of exoplanet atmospheres, and more precise readings of cosmic history. They expected refinement, not revelation. They hoped to see the afterglow of the Big Bang in finer detail, to study how galaxies were born, how stars ignited from dust and darkness. And Webb did all of that, magnificently, flawlessly, beyond all hope. But then, it began to whisper something unexpected. Something that reached beyond equations and data, beyond astronomy itself, into the realm of wonder, mystery, and philosophy. Because Webb is not merely a telescope. It is a mirror held up to the universe, and to ourselves. It does not just gather light. It gathers truth. It challenges what we believe. It tests what we assume. It reminds us that the universe is far stranger than we ever imagined. And now, its latest discovery may be the most astonishing yet. This time, Webb did not just find another exoplanet, another tiny speck of light orbiting an unseen sun. It found something altogether different. Something alive with possibility. A world that does not merely reflect the light of its star, but breathes with potential, a faint whisper of habitability carried on the starlight itself. A super-Earth orbiting a dim red dwarf just 40 light-years away. Not so far that it drifts into unreachable fantasy, not so close that it feels ordinary. It exists in that mysterious middle distance, close enough to see, far enough to dream about. At first glance, it seems calm, unremarkable. A rocky world, heavier than Earth, but smaller than the gas giants. Solid ground beneath alien skies. Dense enough to hold an atmosphere, light enough to imagine walking upon. It orbits within its star's habitable zone, that fragile band of balance where liquid water can exist. Not frozen. Not scorched. Perfectly poised between extremes. And then, Webb achieved what no telescope in history had done before. It looked not at the planet itself, but through it, through the thin veil of its atmosphere. When the planet passed in front of its star, Webb caught the faintest starlight filtering through its skies. And in that light, hidden within invisible wavelengths, was a story waiting to be read. Like holding a prism to alien air, Webb split the light into its elements, into the chemical fingerprints of another world. And what it found stopped astronomers cold. Water vapor. Methane. Carbon dioxide. Oxygen. Each molecule alone was possible, produced by volcanoes, rocks, or simple chemistry. But together, in those exact ratios, they told a different story. A story not of geology, but of balance and imbalance. Of a living process at work. Because on Earth, oxygen and methane cannot coexist. They destroy one another. Unless something constantly restores them. And that something is life. Plants breathe out oxygen. Microbes release methane. Together, they keep the imbalance alive, a chemical heartbeat of our biosphere. And now, Webb has seen that same heartbeat again. 40 light-years away, a faint signal flickered across the void, a rhythm of molecules so familiar, so hauntingly Earth-like, that it silenced entire rooms of scientists. The data was delicate, fragile, but real. A chemical pattern that could mean geology, or chemistry, or something far greater. For the first time, we had found a mirror, not of our image, but of our existence. A planet whispering through light. I might be alive. And in that moment, humanity's oldest question felt suddenly less lonely. Maybe, somewhere out there in the twilight of another world, someone, or something, was asking the same question.